Goodbye to YouTube. For those of you who are wondering, yes, this is that special video I have been trying to upload for the past couple of days. Now, the reason why I consider this to be a special video is because the general idea behind this video was to be a little bit more interactive with you guys, my subscribers, by having y'all make a video of your top 10 favorite Pokemon, also saying why they are your top 10 favorite Pokemon, and leaving them as a video response to this video. That way, me and other people could check out your videos. But in the end, I just thought that this would be a great way to be interactive with y'all. As I said, now for those of you who don't want to make a video, or for those of you who can make a video, feel free to leave a comment down below on listing your top 10 favorite Pokemon and a short little description of why they are your favorite Pokemon. Now, your top 10 favorite Pokemon don't have to be Pokemon that are just used in competitive battling and Pokemon that are not just used in-game. They can be a mixture of both. And hopefully you guys understand what I'm trying to say. And I thought that I would throw in a bit of a little twist. At the end of me listing all of my top 10 favorite Pokemon, I will tag somebody who will hopefully make their own video of their top 10 favorite Pokemon, and then they can tag somebody who will continue this chain going on. And for those of you who do make a video of your top 10 favorite Pokemon, you guys, by all means, can tag somebody who you know or who you hope will make a video, and then they can tag somebody, and we can just get like a giant chain going on in this quote-unquote Pokemon community. And I know this might end up failing, but hey, it's still pretty fun, and I did really want to do this, and maybe some of you want to do it as well. So with that, let's get into 6fthax's top 10 favorite Pokemon. Number 10, Pharaoh Seed. Why Pharaoh Seed? Because in UU, Pharaoh Seed is just one of the funnest Pokemon to use, in my opinion, because nobody really prepares for Pharaoh Seed, and nobody really expects it. Now, yes, Pharaoh Seed is good in RU, but for me, I just find it more fun to use it in the UU tier because it can almost completely wall Roserade, barring the fact that they don't have Hidden Power Fire, and then it can use Roserade for Spike Spotter and get up 3 layers of spikes for your opponent's team to be taking really good amount of damage every time they switch in. Not to mention that with it having access to Thunder Wave, it can really help support slow heavy hitters like Banded Heracross, Choice Specs, Chandelure, Honchkrow, and just other heavy hitters that rely on paralysis support and spike support. So Pharaoh Seed is the perfect team member for stuff like Choice Banded Heracross and Choice Specs Chandelure because you spread around paralysis and you can set up spikes. Also, you can carry Toxic along with Leech Seed to really wear down your opponent's Pokemon. And with Pharaoh Seed having such low HP with Leech Seed and things running around with massive HP like Umbreon and Snorlax, if you Leech Seed a Snorlax or an Umbreon, you can beat it one-on-one eventually. So yeah, Pharaoh Seed, my 10th favorite Pokemon. Number 9, Lickilicky. Yes, some of you guys had to see this coming. Why Lickilicky? Because in my opinion, in the NU tier, Lickilicky is easily the best special wall. It has massive HP, a really good base 95 special defense, I believe, and it has Wish and Heal Bell. Wish and Heal Bell, that's all you really need in a wall in the NU tier, but it also gets Dragon Tail, so you can phase threats out that want to use Lickilicky as setup fodder, or if you want to go with Stab, you can go with Body Slam to also spread paralysis around with the Body Slam and help out your heavy hitters in the NU tier. But yeah, number 9, Lickilicky, because in my opinion, it is the best special wall in the NU tier. Number 8, okay, if you guys really did not think this would be on the list, then there's something wrong with you. Why Haxorus? Because my name is 6fthax. Haxorus. Hax is in Haxorus' name. Hax is in my name, so we already have a bond going on right here with Haxorus. Not to mention that the perfect nickname for Haxorus is 6fthax's, even though Haxorus is only 5'11". Still, the perfect name is 6fthax's. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But no, seriously, Haxorus just looks like a badass Pokemon, especially when it's shiny. In my opinion, shiny Haxorus is the better form of the two. Not to mention that it has 2 massive blades on the side of its face. I'm gonna let that sink in. 2 massive blades on the side of its face. It has razor sharp claws, and after a Dragon Dance, it can almost just sweep through any OU team that is not prepared for it. It has a massive attack stat, pretty decent speed, so after a Dragon Dance or 2, you're pretty much good to sweep and win a battle. So number 8, Haxorus. Moving on, number 7, Cacturne. Yes, Recently, I have been using Cacturne a lot in the NU tier, and it has really grown on me because it's a really, really good spiker. Not to mention that it has base 115 attack and special attack. So you can go mixed, you can go physically offensive, or you can go specially offensive. Personally, I like physically offensive, the standard Smogon set with spikes, Sucker Punch, Seed Bomb, and Swords Dance, because after a Swords Dance, Cacturne can just sweep through teams on its own. Not to mention that with an Adamant Natured base 115 attack and stab Sucker Punch, you're going to be doing a pretty good amount of damage to anything that takes the hit from it. Well, barring the fact that they're not dark, fighting, or steel types. But yeah, Cacturne, number 7, because it is a great Pokemon in the NU tier and really underrated. Number 6, another underrated Pokemon in its own tier, Sableye. Why Sableye? First off, look at its eyes. They're diamond. Its eyes are diamond. That should be the only reason why it should be number 6. But no, Sableye, in my opinion, is one of the best stall breakers in the UU tier, because with Prankster Priority, it can shut down stall and outstall a lot of things in the UU tier. So if any of you guys ever make a stall team and you're having trouble trying to find the right ghost type to be your spin blocker, but you also want to have a stall breaker on your own stall team, then go with Sableye. It has Prankster Taunt, it has Prankster Recover, and Prankster Will-O-Wisp. That is pretty damn good for one Pokemon to have, and literally, Sableye is really underrated, and everybody should use it. So yeah, number 6, Sableye, because it's a great stall breaker, and is really underrated in the UU tier. Number 5, yes, Rotomcut. Why Rotomcut? Because I'm Mexican, and we use lawnmowers. Number 4, Honchkrow. Oh, I can still remember playing through Diamond and Pearl. As soon as I caught a Murkrow, I wanted to find the Dust Stone and turn it into a giant badass crow that's also a pimp, apparently, because if you look at its hat, it clearly looks like a pimp hat. And in UU, Honchkrow is a massive, massive threat, because after a Moxie boost, it can, by itself, just sweep through teams. So Honchkrow is number 4 because it is a badass Pokemon and reminds me when I used to play Diamond and Pearl wanting to get a Honchkrow. Number 3 is Victini. Why Victini? Because if you guys have not noticed by now, at least 9 out of 10 of the UU teams that I make myself have Victini because it's fast, hits really hard with V-Create, and has access to Trick. And Trick is a really underrated move on Victini. I don't see many people use it, but Trick is really helpful to be able to shut down threats on your opponent's team that you can't really deal with. Not to mention that with it being Scarf, V-Create still does a really good amount of damage to just about everything in the UU tier. And if you put a Choice Band on Victini, then, well, it's pretty much a good game for your opponent, because with Bolt Strike and V-Create, that's actually really good coverage between the two moves. And you can literally just sweep through teams with the proper predictions with Banded Victini. So yeah, number 3, Victini. Number 2, Entei. Oh, I can still remember back in my 4th gen days when the only tier I would play was NU. I used Entei so much, and I remember as soon as I found out that Entei would come out with Flare Blitz and Extreme Speed, I told myself, I'm not going to use this Entei, I'm not going to use this Entei, I'm going to stick to Special Entei or Walling Entei, and that's actually what I did. I never ever used a Choice Banded Entei in 4th gen NU, but now in 5th gen RU, Banded Entei is one of the biggest threats in the tier and hits extremely hard with an Adamant Stabbed Flare Blitz with Choice Band support. So yeah, number 2, Entei, because it's a fucking monster. And number 1, everybody should have seen this coming. My number 1 favorite Pokemon is Serperior. Why Serperior? Because as soon as I saw Serperior when 5th gen Stealth was released, I was like, oh, I must have Snivy to evolve it into Serperior. Honestly, I don't really know why it's my favorite. It's just a giant green snake and looks really badass in my opinion. Not to mention that it has Contrary and Leaf Storm. Contrary and Leaf Storm. As soon as Contrary gets released on Serperior, this thing is shooting right out of NU and at least up to BL. Because even in OU, I don't think Serperior will be that big of a threat with Contrary. So yeah, Serperior is my top 1 favorite Pokemon because, in my opinion, it just looks extremely badass. And with Leaf Storm and Contrary, this thing will just destroy teams. But yeah, that was my top 10 favorite Pokemon. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. As I said, please feel free to leave a video response of your top 10 favorite Pokemon on this video, or if you don't want to, you can just leave a comment down below listing your top 10 favorite Pokemon and why they are your top 10 favorite Pokemon. And the person I'm going to be tagging to make their own top 10 favorite Pokemon video is going to be somebody that everybody should know, my very good friend Ryland, aka RChisel9, because he's finished with college, he's at home now, and he's definitely going to make this video, because if you don't, Ryland, then I will find you, hunt you down, and make you make the video. So with that, guys, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, and make sure to leave a comment with that. Enjoy the rest of your night, enjoy the rest of your day, and I am out of here. Later, everybody. Later, everybody.